Hi there, my name's Gina, and thank you very much for joining me on day 4 of my Genuinely You Happiness Challenge. We live at a time when so many people feel anxious or depressed, where the news is consistently giving us messages of hopelessness and fear as we look at the disasters and the violence and aggression that goes on around the world. In the UK, over half the prescriptions that are actually generated, are for antidepressants. I believe happiness is a choice. When we take charge of our own emotional well-being, as we talked about in day 1, and you don't give the power to other people to decide what sort of mood we're going to be in, then you make a start in helping yourself be happy. When you recognize that everything you do is a choice, including not choosing is a choice, then recognizing that and actively taking steps to be happy is what this challenge is all about. So what are we going to talk about on day 4? And how do I know that what I'm talking about actually works and is true? Well, I've got over 35 years in the game of helping people feel empowered. And that's come in a whole range of roles. But at the heart of everything I do, it's about helping people step into their genuine power. And part of that genuine power is about recognizing and engaging and choosing how you want to live. The quality of your life is affected by the quality of your thinking. And by making some subtle changes, I know, because I've worked with thousands of people, that you can actually live a consistently more happy life if you choose. So today we're going to talk about random acts of kindness. Now, random acts of kindness are very, very specific. That's doing something for other people and or yourself, but doing it because you want to make a positive difference to the other person, and you want it to be done. You don't require any thanks, you don't require any recognition, you're just going to do it because it's something that you want to do. Now, you may not be familiar with random acts of kindness to yourself, and I'll talk about that quite separately. But if you're feeling low, if your life isn't going the way you want to, focusing on what you can do rather than what you can't, which was the focus of yesterday's talk, really makes a difference. But one of the things that can bring real joy to your life is to do small acts of random kindness to perfect strangers or to your friends and family, but without there being any strings attached. Just completely, unconditionally giving somebody a bit of a lift. And that random act of kindness could be such a thing as helping somebody with their shopping, or opening a door, letting somebody into the traffic, paying for a cup of coffee for the person behind you. It doesn't have to be big, but what it does have to be is to be given with genuine heart. Those of you who saw the film Play It Forward will recognize the power of that little lad who, when given a project at school to come up with something that was going to make a positive difference in the world, he came up with this idea of paying kindness forward. And so he would do something for somebody else simply because he felt it was the right thing to do for them. It would make a positive difference. And he didn't want people to know he wasn't doing it to be recognized. It had a very sad ending, but for me it was a hopeful ending because so many people recognized the worth of paying things forward. And actually there has been a pay it forward movement. I was involved in the Basket Brigade, which is something that Tony Robbins has set up. And that originated because there came a time when he was down on his luck, long before he became famous. It was Thanksgiving Day, and there was no food in the cupboard. He was very depressed and really very close to saying, I can't carry on. There was a knock at the door, and when he opened the door, on his doorstep was everything to make a Thanksgiving dinner. When he became so successful, one of the things that he started up was the Basket Brigade, and I was involved in that in London before I moved away from London, although they do it all over the country, and they certainly do it all over the States. Just before Christmas, people get together, there's been fundraising throughout the year, and they put together everything that will make a Christmas dinner. A turkey, the vegetables, Christmas pudding, crackers, sweeties for the children, just everything to make a Christmas dinner. Now, in the one I was involved in, 2 or 3 years running, we would arrive often at a school that had been hired out for the morning, and we would put together these baskets of food, and they would be done beautifully with cellophane wrapped with a big bow. And families would have been nominated by social services or churches or even by neighbours, and these would be families who otherwise would not have had a proper Christmas dinner because they couldn't afford it. And there were certain conditions about being involved in the Basket Brigade. We were given our list, and we were told to go to the door, to knock on the door and say, "We'd like you to have this with our love," and then to simply walk away. Not expecting to be invited in, not expecting lots and lots of thanks, not expecting anything in return other than the pleasure of being able to brighten somebody's day. It was hard work, but I have to say it was absolutely magic. The look on those people's faces when they opened the door, looked very puzzled, and then could see that they were being given a gift, and the gift had no strings. It came with love. So I would urge you, it doesn't have to be a big dinner. It doesn't have to be something that costs a lot of money or even any money. It's about thinking, what can I do to brighten that person's day? How can I, in some way, demonstrate that I'm coming from a place of love? And I don't mean namby-pamby, pink, fluffy love. I mean actually coming from a place of compassion and care. And it doesn't have to be somebody who is without. It can be that you just brighten somebody's day by taking a small amount of time to make that difference, to make somebody recognize that somebody cares. Because there are so many people who are lonely. I'd like to ask you, do you know your neighbours? Because particularly if you live in big cities, it's very common for neighbours these days not to know one another. And just a simple act of, saying hello to your neighbour, looking out for your neighbour if they're elderly, and perhaps offering to do a bit of their shopping while you're going shopping. So many people are frightened of getting involved. But small random act of kindness can make the difference between somebody not speaking to anybody all day, feeling lonely, and actually believing that somebody does care. The second thing for me is, so many of the clients that I work with treat other people far better than they treat themselves. They have one rule for themselves and one rule for other people. And so I've started talking to my clients about doing random acts of kindness to themselves. Now, I'm not talking about buying yourself a cream cake or a new outfit. I'm talking about true loving kindness, which is about filling up your batteries. And that could be something like going and giving yourself the time to go and have a long leisurely bath, or to go and read a book for an hour, or to allow yourself, give yourself permission to take care of yourself in any given day. So random acts of kindness are not about how much money you can spend, how big and dramatic the act is. It's about time and thought, compassion, care and love. So my challenge to you is, over the next few days, take the opportunity each day to look for, perhaps 2 or 3 small acts of kindness that you can take towards other people, and at least one act of kindness to yourself. Fill your own batteries up, because when you do, you can help more people. If you think about a jug and you fill it with water, if you just take that full jug and keep pouring it out, it will soon empty. But if you fill your jug up and you leave the tap running, you'll very quickly get into overflow. And if you use your overflow rather than the jug full, then you'll never run out. It's my experience for myself and working with so many clients that random acts of kindness are a very good way of filling your jug up, making your batteries feel very full and very full of energy. So give it a go. Love to know how you get on. Love to know the sorts of act of kindness that you decide to take and how it makes you feel. Please share this. There's so much unhappiness, loneliness and fear. It's time to spread some more happiness. So please share this. If you'd like more resources, you can find my latest #1 international best-selling book, Thriving Not Surviving, The 5 Secret Pathways to Happiness, Success and Fulfillment. And you can get a free digital download from my website, which is genuinely-and-the-word-you.com, and I'll put it in the comments. You'll find that, you'll find my free TV series that you can sign up for, and lots of other resources. That's my act of kindness to you. But do yourself a favor, go and read the book. 5 Secret Pathways to Happiness, Success and Fulfillment. And I know if you implement even just a few of the things that are in there, they can make a fundamental difference to the quality of your life and those that you love. So I wish you every joy, I wish you happiness, and I look forward to seeing you on day 5 of the Happiness Challenge. Remember, genuinely-you.com. There's a lot more resources there. So take care, please share, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.